Welcome to my review of Duty, Not Preference by Dr. Art Wilson and Jonathan Stewart. This is an autobiography of the evangelist slash pastor from down south, Art Wilson. This book is 297 pages long. I read it because I was at a church planters conference at a Bible college in Oklahoma. The name's escaping me right now, but like the big fundamental Baptist one down there. All right, hopefully it comes to me. And somebody preached on Art Wilson's Duty, Not a Preference, and he mentioned it there, and I felt like I wanted to pick a copy up. Of course, fundamental Baptist literature is usually very affordable, so I grabbed one. I also grabbed a very nice, thin, linear Bible that I use while soul winning, and so that was a great trip for me. So I bought this, so I understood church planting more, and so I would understand how some of these old champions of the faith, how they went about their church planting business and the trials they faced and things like that. And so a captivating thought or takeaway from this book would be just how people were so much tougher back in the day. I mean, you're talking about people who sat in buildings without air conditioning in them. I mean, imagine your church now without air conditioning. A lot of people won't leave their house now if it's too hot, let alone, sit in a hot building. And people were just built different back then. And so to hear what this man did, he was a part of planting about 41 or 42 churches down south. And just such a dedicated life he lived. He lived, I think he was born in 1912 and lived into the 90s at least. You have to double check it, fact check me on that. And I would definitely recommend this book to a friend. This is a great church history book as well, to see how things were at the turn of the 20th century. I love understanding, the church ever since, Christ was on earth all the way up until now and everything in between. It's so interesting to see how everything has just evolved over time. And so I encourage you guys to read. This is our grandparents' generation. I'm a millennial, and this is our grandparents' generation, the men that were serving the Lord then. This is a great testimony of that. And so this book is, of course, an autobiography of Art Wilson's life. And there's all these testimonies of what he did, and there's also letters that he wrote to other people, and I believe letters that were written back to him. So it's like a super intimate book of Art Wilson. It goes through his family life, his upbringing, and just a great testimony to the ministries that he served in, and an in-depth look at it. Again, 297 pages, really a blessing this book is, and I love it. And, without this white cover on it, it's just pure gold, and I think that's so cool. I read it just like that when I was reading it. And so I definitely say this book glorifies God. Again, this man is a champion of the church. He was sold out for the Lord, and I imagine this man has many rewards in heaven. And I don't have any critiques on this book right now. I think it was very well done. I learned a lot from it, and I would certainly give this a 10 out of 10. Praise the Lord.